What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. But this video is entitled Why Black Male Simps Hurt Black Women. See, there's a population of guys who want to be the attack dogs for the sisters, right? And there's nothing wrong with protecting black women. There's nothing wrong with loving black women, right? But these guys are simps. Not because they're going to get used and all of that other stuff. No. It's because what winds up happening with them is they agree or create this talking point that they're men too, so they're going to tell the women why the men are wrong when the men do things that are actually right. Case in point, if a woman, you interact with a guy and he might say something that's effective, that works, but you may not like him saying it, like to hear it, or you may not like to do it, but it is the truth, and he's not telling it to you for his own self-edification, right? Just because you don't like it, it doesn't make it real. So you kind of rebel, and he says, fine, whatever. What a simp will do is he'll come along and say everything that guy told you that was right, that was true, that was fair, whether you liked it or disliked it, he'll say disregard that. For some, he's a chauvinist, he's this, he's a woman hater, a woman basher, whatever that is, right? Whatever trigger word can get you to nullify the truth of the matter, or nullify that coming from them. And once that happens, they say, go do what you were going to do, in general. Now, here's the problem. Because that quote-unquote simp guy, he's a man too, he knows ultimately that what you wanted to do is not going to work. And he knows you're not going to blame him for it, right? You're going to blame the other bad men. So he'll tell you something to go down a path that is ineffective and maybe counterproductive. And the whole time you're going that way, he's going to tell you it's the other guy's fault. But it's his fault. The other thing, these guys get upset because normally they're mad because the women aren't necessarily attracted to guys who are simping, because there's this difference between this guy is too nice, which means you're just not comfortable with him being nice. You feel like he has an ulterior motive. Now sometimes people find out that nice guys don't have an ulterior motive when they move on. But quote unquote simps, they have, they'll get overly angry and possessive and aggressive because they never necessarily said that they wanted to be your significant other. They just try to, nudge you a little bit. They never really express that they might be attracted to you. They may like you, or they may want you. They're really not direct about that. So all of this indirect approach is a bit of a turnoff, because if you're around somebody day in and day out, week in and week out, and you don't let them know that you're actually interested, then that's a problem. But the reason I say that is because what they wind up doing is they wind up trying to hate on the next guy, whether the guy's a good guy or the guy's a bad guy. I'll say this. If the guy's a good guy, they won't hate on him as much. Be like low-key hate, you know. But if it's a bad guy, it's definitely high-key hate. And you can understand that. But they don't actually want to, but they want to be in a position after everything blows apart. Like, you know, just like, you know, they want to be your savior and your hero, but they're walking you down a path of destruction. And you don't realize that all of these negative situations that you're getting into, though they may be your decisions, your choices ultimately, this person was always comfortable with you going in the wrong direction. So what's the problem now? You get what I'm saying? Like, what is the problem? Because now, when a young lady starts smartening up, they look at the simp's decision making as, but you was cool with me doing that. You told me that was a good idea. You actually was there for this, that, and the third. And here's the other thing about that. These simps don't ever pick up the pieces. See, these simps may tell you what to do, how to do it, and their intentions may be wrong. You know, or their advice may be counterproductive. But when it doesn't work out, they're not going to pick up the pieces. Or if they do pick up the pieces, it's going to be in a way where they're part of the problem. So it's not like they showed up and fixed something. They're helping you fix something that they helped mess up too. So, you know, when you're saying two heads are better than one, and your second head, that's a guy, is incompetent, this is the problem. Because most simps are incompetent. And we're not going to, we can't skip over that. Right? Because a lot of these guys who are simps, they're not thinking long term. They're thinking what can inch them into a girl's panties. Okay? This can get me closer. This can get me closer. Now, my personal opinion is, if you like somebody, express that you like them. Show them you like them. If they like you back, they will respond. If they don't like you back, go like somebody else. Simple, right? But the guys that are simps, they don't kind of operate like that. You know. So they don't really move on. So because they don't move on, they become more detrimental. Because you moved on, but they didn't. So they're kind of, you know, just as much as some of you ladies who like using simps and playing them and using them for their time and resources, they're really using you for yours also. See, part of this wasting time and hitting the wall, and they're going to be there for you when you used up. Part of that red pill rage is simps who got mad. Because they watched you choose everybody else but them. And they waited so long for you that they're willing to wait. Now, when they get you, you're not half as good as you used to be, right? So now they really ticked off about that. Now, but these type of guys go around attacking other guys. And they don't really tell y'all why. And the reason is, these guys want to be as direct as the guys that you like, but they don't have a heart for it. So now what? Now they're manipulating and playing games, and it's chipping away at their manhood. See, guys don't have a problem with simps. They're undercutting reality. And when these simps undercut reality, you ladies believe in the fantasy, it leads you down a path of destruction, that, or dysfunction, that you actually think you're going to come out smelling like a rose on the other side, when that is completely not the case. And the guy that's simping absolutely knows this. And the guy that they'll say is a misogynist or a woman hater or a woman basher, he may not say things in a way that you like, but he's telling you the truth. He's telling you, if you keep going down this path, this is how it's going to end. See, the simp ain't telling you the truth. So who's your friend? The person who's telling you a harsh truth that you don't like hearing, or the person that's telling you a good lie that's sending you down the path of damnation, right? So you got to answer that. Because to me, this is why, the black male simp is detrimental to the black woman. We out.